Andre is great, but he never has no solo project. And that's always a knock to his career. How do you feel like about him? Because I know there's someone that you, not that you idolize, but you think is up there.
Eat a dick, nigga.
This is a certified hood classic.
Oh, wow, hold up. Whoa. Jesus, there's a lot of y'all in here. That's crazy. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching another episode, listening to another episode, supporting another episode of Feel Up. Give yourself a round of applause real quick.
Ladies, please, one at a time.
Relax. Relax.
One at a time.
One at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to another episode of Feel Up. You already know that it's season 3. It's crazy. We got another guest, and as always, this guest, it really needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give you one anyway. 2015 XXL Freshman, someone who's been compared to from an Andre to a Smino. It sometimes looks like a myth, but sometimes is a staple of Atlanta also. It's crazy, but depending on where you are, you have a different opinion. I've heard stories from borrowing guitars to being in the woods to being a mystical great artist over here to being a great person, even though who's a big artist. The person has a lot of stories. I personally love this man for just being a good staple in the East Atlanta, in the music space, period. And ladies and gentlemen, who do I have on the pod? That is Raury. Raury.
Ladies, one at a time.
One at a time. Relax.
Please.
How you doing, man?
Yo, I'm vibing, man. It's a real good day. Woke up early for once.
Mm-hmm.
So many nights I spend up like really late and waking up late, but got up early for this, setting me on a different train track right now. So that's a good thing.
I appreciate you really being on here. I've seen from afar, you've been on Sway. You've been on the Sway Morning Show. You've been on Hot 97. You've been on a lot of shows. So for you to be on here automatically, I appreciate it. But before we even get into the pod, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. We got to fuel up. So got 3 songs for you as always. And you might actually know who this is. Actually, you know who this is. So without further ado, let's play a little bit of music. You've heard this before. You already know what it is.
Man I Trust?
Actually, you don't know. Huh? It's the sample, but ladies and gentlemen, Joy Badass.
Tell me how you love, baby. Can't spell us without trust.
All right, that's all you get for free. That's all you get for free. But I'm not gonna lie, I play this song all the time. Probably a staple on his side of the coast. But without further ado, I'm gonna play him again. It's Isaiah Rashad, Headshots. If you love, by the way. You heard this before, by the way?
Nah, this shit's...
You never heard this?
This shit's swimming, bro.
Hey, I put Salim on. Salim, if you listening, I put you on.
Is it from The House is Burning?
Yeah, it's from The House is Burning.
Word?
I'm not gonna lie, the more I listen to it, it's like those albums you go back to, it's like, damn, there's another hit on here? All right. That's all you get for free. That's all you get for free. But the last song, or if you don't know, played 3 songs. 2, most people probably do know or may have known, but this one, I know no one hears. So, audience members, let me put you on real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, Wi-Fi God. I actually found this yesterday. It's called Outside.
We heard this in the whip.
We heard this in the whip, yeah. All right. Don't ever say I didn't put you on. Outside by Wi-Fi God, Headshots by Isaiah Rashad, and Show Me by Joy Badass. But of course, we're not here for the music. We're here for the podcast guest. And today we have Raury, but we're not going to talk to him until after this commercial break. All right. So I'll see you in like a couple minutes. Listen to Feel Up.
Did the Papa John's come up?
Thank you. Appreciate you listening to those commercial breaks. And if you're on YouTube, you probably saw nothing. So thank you for watching nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have not just any guest. We have Raury in the building. Raury, what's going on?
What's good,
I know I
man?
asked you
It's
already
good
once.
to be here, man. What's up?
I said I know I already asked you once, but it's hard to try to gauge the pod because one of the things y'all don't know when I do a pod with someone, I hate trying to ask questions beforehand, trying to set all this stuff up. So it's already
yeah, man. You came and picked me up earlier, and I was like, "Yo, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me, man."
But ladies and gentlemen, some of y'all might not.
You gonna talk about everything before we get here? Like, hold up.
I want y'all to know who this is because y'all already should know who this is. But if you don't, let me bring you to the world real quick before we get to talking. Ladies and gentlemen, I already introduced you beforehand with words, but let me show you with a little bit of music. Little bop.
It's that vibe.
Little bop. Y'all check this out real quick. You're like, there's no sample in that one, huh?
No sample, man. We been making shit. People be thinking that we made samples. Like, no, we came up with that.
It's super groovy. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Hold on. That's all you get for free. That's all you get for free. But I'll give you one more bop that I always love and I always play anyway. It's on the playlist, by the way. Let me show you real quick. It's like 3 versions of this, I think. I don't know. But this, I do personally like this one. Let me put y'all on real quick.
Tom Beach.
Oh, what? Jeff put you on? Yeah, I know. You want it. No, that's all you get for free. That's all you get for free. If you want to listen to that, you go stream that yourself. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Raury.
Go on.
So, long journey to where you at now from the whole world where we've seen you when that XXL Freshman, from all the grinding you did beforehand, from being outside of shows and whatnot. So, it's a long journey. How you feeling after all that time here?
After all that time, man, I feel like, for one, grateful to still be on my square. You know what I'm saying? And still be like in control of like my life and the things that I create. For one, because things get interesting out there, and
sure.
I feel good to be back here, in Atlanta, getting in touch with everyone here, like personally, and having an experience that I didn't necessarily get to have when I started off, when I like graduated high school, and I didn't have the experience of most like college kids getting to like be around the city, get to know people personally. I was like immediately this this person up on a pedestal, to the point where I didn't get to like be as human as I wanted to be. So I'm glad I get to be human for a while and like connect to you and connect to the people in Defend the Atlanta Forest and all the other cats in circles with for example like the quality medicine cats, and there's just people like around Atlanta that I get to form these relationships myself, not necessarily through management, not necessarily through anything besides me just genuinely going where I gravitate and making those genuine like friendships and like connections. You're really
good at that. Like it's funny because like I was alluding to in the intro, you're like half an urban legend, half a staple, because it's like some people have a story with you. It would be random. I know people that have stories about you borrowed a guitar from Savannah to being at a show
Savannah.
from I'll tell you about that story actually. Someone I know, they actually live in they're a friend of mine in East Atlanta. You may have broke a guitar or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think I said a name. I think I said it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna see Raury, something like that at Chiba or whatever. Anyway, long story short, they're like, oh yeah, I know him. I let him borrow my guitar when it broke. Or I had a story with someone who's like, oh yeah, Raury's someone. I saw him at Camp Kirk Studios, or just something random all the time. Where it's like, if I didn't know who you were, I'd be like, who is this urban legend of Raury? Like you're doing a really good job of being a networker.
It's an art to be in the mix and staying out the way.
Yeah.
Shout out my homie Paris, far from him. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in the mix, but also just stay out the way. Keep it Mewtwo. But
keep it Mewtwo.
Keep it Mewtwo. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
Let's talk about that for a second. You are, you as far as being a great musician, we've all seen that. We know that. But you're not just a one dynamic type of person. You play a lot
Yeah.
A lot of Smash.
Oh yeah, man. I'm
For
the
those,
best,
that's
I'm the
Super
best
Smash
Smash player in Atlanta. You know.
Oh,
what I'm
really?
saying? I'll put it out there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want it. You know, I be up there. You know, come see me at Chiba if you want it. You know what I'm saying? Come see me at Cartridge if you want it. You know, I'll put it down.
He's not playing.
And the streets know. They know. You know, Raury the best in the A on Smash.
He's dead serious. He's not playing. Smile is genuine.
There's a lot of homies that got them hands, so you know they know what's up.
I'm not gonna lie. I went in there trying to play and thinking I was something and gave that game up real quick. But it is funny to see because you know, knowing, like I said, from the outside looking in, you playing Smash, you're enjoying your life, pulling up and whatever you're pulling up, and it's like, oh, you have a lot more. You should be acting a different way. People would think.
Yeah, you know, honestly, and that's also a part of things. Like I'm going to like. And getting to know like the city and the community like in another way, like just as a person, like I went to Cartridge and just started like connecting to like that community, i.e. you and like, you know, Francois and like Daisy and Blake and Han and a lot of other dope cats out there. You know, like bro, like that's a part of like that's a part of me that like I know I belong to, that I want to like express through my music and express through like my visuals and other things. You know, you go there. There are a lot of like really smart, intelligent people, you know, I've done music videos with. Shout out Francois. You know what I'm saying? Where, yeah, man, like, and it shows up a lot more just genuine in the creations that you make when you go through there. You know what I'm saying? When you go through the dimensions that are just like true to you. You know what I'm saying?
So I appreciate you saying that because, you know, that makeup of what you are now is made up not just by what you put out, the music, or what you put out, a picture, or what you put out, any visuals, but it's also the people that are influenced by that. So I appreciate that. What I want to know now, you've been, like you said, kind of famous for like since what, like 19, 18, maybe
17.
Yeah, famous since like 17. What's important to Raury now? Like, what's going on now that's taking up a lot of your time?
What's important to me right now is, let me think on that for a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know tough questions sometimes kind of get you in a mood. I got to get him in Kanye mode. He's got to think.
What's important to me is expressing the fuck out of myself and not caring about who likes it or who doesn't like it, you know, and just being like authentic to me, like, and being true to that. And that might not be what a lot of people might assume who like Raury is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like what's most important to me is making sure that y'all get to know me even better. You know what I'm saying? And really being real with myself and just like expressing that shit and being raw and uncut with, you know, the music I put out, the things that I have to say, you know, not thinking too much about maintaining any type of image or anything. You know, like what's really important to me right now is just like authenticity and just like realness on a whole nother level than ever before.
It seems like you've always been like that. I noticed. I think I watched the Sway morning show where it's like, you said something I was like, pretty mature for someone that, I don't even know how old you were at that time. You're still pretty young. So it's like, I think you said something to the case of, everyone wants to retire and go to like a farm, and they want to retire to do that. Why don't you just aim for that now? Yeah, I was like, that's a very good outside way of thinking about it, because like I think a lot of people, you know, have a step ladder idea. It was like, I got to follow these steps because they did that or they did that. So you were the outside looking in, like, hey, how about you just go for what you want, because that's what you really are. You know, you don't want to fake it and be like, oh, I'll just do what you do. That's fake.
You know, yeah, but also in the same breath, I look at some interviews I've done in the past, and like I am 26 now. Yeah. It's probably like 21 then, and maybe like 19 or 20 in some other ones. And where I'm at now is so actually like in a different place than even then.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like I used to be very much so like an idealist. Yeah. You know, in the sense of like what's ideal, like I want that to work. You know, want to like save the world, want to help the world, want to do this, want to do that. And like with growth in life, like comes a bit of like even more maturity. And with that maturity comes, for me, has come a bit of like realism. Yeah. A bit of like realism. And it's not that easy to just do it right now. You know, to just
Yeah.
go and get a farm right now and like fuck off and all that. Like it's not. That's the world is set up in such a fucking tricky way, in a way that not many people, not even I, fully understand it.
Yeah.
You know, so was it that mature? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I think it might have been pretty ideal.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? It
see.
might have been pretty ideal when it comes down to just like life in general and the way that this shit is set up, man. I honestly just feel like, bro, like we were all born into a world that we didn't make, and a lot of that shit, especially for disadvantaged or just like not even disadvantaged, but unprivileged peoples, you know. Bro, a lot of us come into this world with our hands tied already, yo.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And
Facts.
at this point, I remember when I came out, there's a lot of parts of me that probably like kind of like condemned a lot of shit I felt like was like putting negativity into people's minds and things like that. But those are some of these people's reality for real, you know. And especially now that I've been like really face to face with Atlanta for a while now, like, bro, I understand everybody up out here tearing shit up, kicking up dust, giving a motherfucking just like doing what they need to do to survive. You know what I'm saying? I really see that shit, like, and I get it now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on the same shit at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like fuck the way they set this shit up, bro. I'm ready to burn this bitch down. You know what I'm saying? Like musically, creatively, like that's how I'm coming right now. It's no like, it's no kumbaya shit. It's none of that other shit. I'm like, yo, like, fuck it. Like, I want smoke with the whole system. Like, I want smoke with everything. Like, honestly, like, I've been in a kind of fuck the world place. I'm kind of a bit like in a villain arc a bit, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Like,
I definitely
just to be real, bro. I've been a bit more of a realist, and I've been giving a lot less fucks about just everything, honestly.
I think I relate to that a lot. To make a long story short, I think I've always been the type of person to be like, oh, if you just, you know, dot your I's and cross your T's, especially in the creative world, I'm like, you can get to where you want. And I'm like that when you get that reality hit, it's like, oh, everything's not so fair, right? So one thing on this pod, and the reason why I made this pod, is because I think creatives sometimes always go out looking for answers for things that they want so they can mold it to themselves. So when I bring someone on, like you, who's gotten in a place that they might like envy or might want, I want to kind of drop some gems to kind of get them to pick it up and use it in their own life. So is there anything that, if someone is trying to follow your shoes or someone wants to mold in a space where you're at, whether that's successful as shallow and as successful as a Instagram verified check, or to someone who full-time does music, how could you help them out with some knowledge or some gems you could drop?
Be like a tiger. Give a lot less fucks. Tear through reality. Accept the world for the way it is. Don't be assimilated by the world for the way it is, but there's your ideal and then there's what it is. So like, beat the game and don't give in to the game. Don't play along with the game, but beat the game. And in order to beat the game, you do have to play the game a bit. So play the fuck out of it. Don't get played by it though.
Facts. Oh, I love that.
You know what I'm saying? So look around, see what's going on, see what's working, you know, and be real with yourself, you know, and express and create that art, be it visuals or lyrical, musical, but also be calculated and smart, you know, about like tapping in on like what's going on and what people are going to receive well, because that's where I'm at right now in my space. I'm like, okay, like, oh yeah, it's tiger time, like it's shark time, like no, like, you know, we gonna rip through reality. We gonna create different ways, you know, and we're gonna, you know, tap into all the correct frequencies and just like really be the virus that updates all this shit. So if I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not speaking too metaphorically. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I do. I definitely.
Some
people
may not.
get a little too tricky.
Sometimes I talk a little bit mad. I talk a bit like a madman, but like, you can't help everybody.
Yeah.
You can't help everybody. this wasn't your mess. You didn't, you know, this mess of everything going on, you know, being in the media. It's not on you to clean it up. That's on God. You know what I'm saying? And we are fragments of God, but we are not the God. You know, we are just pieces. And don't take on too much weight. Enjoy yourself while you're here, and have fun. You know what I'm saying? And glow the fuck up. And don't worry about what anybody has to say. Focus on taking care of your family first, before your friends, before anything. You know, prioritize that. Prioritize retiring your mama. You know what I'm saying? You know, like prioritize that shit. You know, and sometimes in order to get those goals accomplished, you may have to do things that are not ideally what you want to do. Not in a too dark of a sense, but like that's what I mean by like you have to play the game and not be played by the game. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have to like tap into like streams of sonics where like you don't think you would go there, but honestly, that one space where you're resisting going into is the cave where the treasures you desire most will be. That one cave that you don't want to go into. That one realm that you resist the most. You know, that's exactly where you might need to go in order to, you know, accomplish that goal.
I think I love what you're saying so much because I feel like the reason why it may sound like, oh, dang, I'm saying too many metaphors is because like some people take very, very, very specific things and they can't relate to it.
Yeah,
you know?
You can relate.
So we have to tell ourselves it's kind of like this or it's kind of like that. I know so many times where, you know, I'm happy to say that I'm a videographer for like full time. And 2 years ago when I took the risk of doing it, I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to do a risky ass thing like this? Like I think I'm dope at what I do, and I've gotten dope over the years. But to say like, how am I supposed to take this risk? You know, how am I supposed to? And I had to go back to metaphors. It's like, if you can't take a risk with doing this, how are you supposed to reap the benefits? Or, you know, just a million and one metaphors in my head. So oftentimes, even on this pod, when I'm explaining something, I feel like that too. I'm like, I'm saying it and I'm using a metaphor and it's like, I hope I don't sound crazy. And I think the only people that might take it as crazy is people that just don't want to listen. They don't want to hear it. They're not open-minded enough to kind of want to hear where someone else is coming from. And I hope this platform is something that can be a little bit more easier for people like you or someone like a Bonvois or Ben Riley or Cam Newton or Ken Rodgers. Anybody else who comes on here kind of can speak their piece with what they're doing, because regardless if you like it or not, whether it's a hater or it's a friend, you are somewhere that most people are not. And that's something to be appreciated, you know? So I appreciate you in all ways. Appreciate you in advance.
Yeah,
also.
man. You know, on that whole conversation of being something that other people are not, you know, I remember one time I was like on live and someone, well, I hear it a lot, honestly, was like, oh yeah, Raury, like you're a legend, this and that, right? And I told people to stop saying that shit.
Legend?
Yeah, stop calling me that, because I may be to someone's standards, but to my standards, I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I got so much more that I want to accomplish and do, and when people tell you that, it's disarming.
It's disvaluing that word that you care about.
They throw that word around so lightly. You know, like
that and GOAT for sure.
Yeah, man. Like Michael Jackson is a legend. Stevie Wonder is a legend. You know, Kanye's a legend. Jay-Z is a legend. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce is a legend. Like I am not that, not yet.
That's your standard for legendary. And
but you know, like I know it's a very subjective term.
It is.
But for me personally, like I have such a fire in my heart and such a goal of where I want to be that when I hear it, it just pisses me off when people tell me. I'm like, man,
I get it.
Stop fucking lying to me. Like, no, bro. Like I have no platinum records, bro. Like I got so much shit that I gotta accomplish. Like, there's not enough people. Like when I walk down the street, I don't hear my shit playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm real with myself about that. Like, like I am about to make even more better music that people can actually enjoy and also get the real from. But I wanna have fun with this life that I have here. You know what I'm saying? So like when it comes down to it, you know, like that's all I'm saying. Like I just don't like being called a legend. It's like every time like you hop in a car, like you putting on some other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like don't give me no fucking like plastic flowers. You know what I'm saying? And I know when they're real and when they're not real, but I also know that I need to do what I need to do in order to like really stand in that. You know what I'm saying? Like
not to cut you off, but in both of them realms, do you have too much of a healthy dose of the other one? Because obviously,
healthy dose of what?
So if you always get a lot of love, right? And you kind of like, all right, bro, you're giving me too many flowers. Like you're kind of devaluing what I want out of a good career. Do you ever go to the other side and be like, well, I really did this. I really got through here. You know, I've gotten this done. Have you ever give yourself the appreciation of where you've been at?
Yeah, I have. But
I know
when it comes down to it, you know, like when it comes down to it, I have not like retired my mother yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I walked away from a lot of things in order to keep it real and to like help like a lot of friends, and those friends aren't anywhere around.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck if I've been to Mars, if I've been to Saturn. You know what I'm saying? Like if I can't like fucking retire my mom yet, like I got some shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't fucking sell out a fucking Mercedes-Benz like arena, like I need to work harder at gaining more fans that actually show up and support. You know what I'm saying? Like I have the bar set very high for myself, and and I guess I just can't let myself be satisfied with the fact that I've been here, I've toured all of Australia with A$AP Rocky, I toured all of Europe, you know, I've toured all of Canada and America. And I ain't played in Africa yet, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. South America yet, you know what I'm saying? I haven't done a world tour, and you know, like myself, you know, I've done it, opening up for people, you know, but like, like it's all I'm saying is that it's very disarming. You ever seen that movie called Whiplash?
Never seen it.
It's about this drummer. This dude goes to this jazz school, and the teacher's the most hardcore teacher ever. He like hits his students, like he's wild.
He hits it.
Me, nigga, me.
For like hits his students.
It's a ghost note. You don't hit that note. You're kicking people out of class, all kinds of shit, right? But he said the two worst words in the English language are "good job."
Really? Why is that? That's crazy.
Cause if I press play on the song right here, you know, and another two worst words in the English language in the music world is "that's dope."
That one I relate to a lot.
Fuck
okay, I understand.
Fuck that. Like no, I play some shit, bro, and you know like off of your seat, like I didn't do my job, man.
I see.
You didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, like. Like it's the motherly love, you know what I'm saying? When your kid was 6 years old and he's in first grade and he brings home a art job and it's terrible and they put it up on the fridge and they good job.
So good job.
Nah, I'm gonna hit my son with the truth. I'm like, nigga, no.
That's dope.
I'm joking. I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm not gonna do it like that.
I think about that. But that's no funny because I feel like there's studios around the world
Also, you know, I got two little boys. I'm not gonna be the parent that's gonna lie to them to protect their feelings at any point, man. I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna love them and also give them positive encouragement. You did something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But also in the same breath, that's what I'm saying. It's that kind of stuff. Like it's that same shit. Like say you fucking with a shawty, you know what I'm saying? And in the head, it was some head, but was it bomb?
Yeah.
What you gonna tell her? Good job. That's
dope.
You're not gonna. That's dope. Like, are you gonna get into it and be like, yo, like bong bong, like look, this is what this how. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But bong bong, or how many women, you know what I'm saying, experiencing shit with their man and not really keeping it a bean and letting them know like what they need, then they fuck around and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying is that, like,
growth
in the
mindset.
sense of music, and music I'm making, you know what I'm saying, I need to hear more than good job or that's dope, or 100 to 300 people showing up to a show, you know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah.
I gotta start creating the shit that has like seas of people showing up, you know what I'm saying? And until that's going on, I wouldn't even insult myself with the false title of like a legend.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
This
Like,
is high standards.
yeah,
It's
you
something
know?
that- it's
But
something-
yeah, maybe that's just me. That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But I know I have accomplished a lot. I've done a lot. Yeah, wow. But I'm not done yet. If anything, I'm getting started all over again.
Well, before I even, because we're about to go on a commercial break, but before I even end off anything, obviously you do get a lot of flowers, and that's something that, like you said, is tough to take. But I definitely got to give you yours because obviously from outside of music, who you are as a person is something I always kind of liked from the outside looking in, because the way you carry yourself humbly, the way you kind of are not too snobby, because there's people in the same space with even just a fraction of what you got who take it a little different. So the fact that that's your mindset, I really do appreciate. And I know that's something that's tough to get because obviously you think of yourself as here, but for me, I think even the small doses of appreciation, I really feel like I should give you.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to a commercial break real quick. We will be right back after this commercial break.
Oh,
You know what it is. Pay some bills. I'll see you in a little bit.
I'm okay.
Thank you for listening to this commercial breaks. As always, you already know what it is. YouTube saw nothing. As always, appreciate you for just taking a second off from the pod. But ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the one and only. I got some sound effects for you. From the shoot, hold on. Wait. I swear I'm professional.
This is a certain.
From the one and only Raury, you know what it is. Come on, fuel up. He's dropped a lot of gems. He's talked a lot, but we got a little bit of 30 minutes. Raury, we can talk about whatever you want. I don't want to burden you with a bunch of questions.
No, hit me with the questions, man. Like I can yap, but I don't want to just start talking about something random. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I do have this little game I do play if you want to play it real quick. And it's
up?
very easy.
What's
all right? So, on this pod, I bring people on all the time, and it's very obvious to get into a whole diatribe of things and start talking about things for a long time. But, it's very simple. It's asking very simple this or that questions. Now, obviously, you're into music. Obviously, you're into gaming. You're a little bit into fashion, too. You're into a lot of things. So, what I'm going to do is play this game called The People's Court. All right? Okay. Very simple questions you might hear on the street, and you get to pick this or that.
All right.
Red or blue, J. Cole or Kendrick, stuff like that. Yeah. Ooh. So, that's what we're going to do.
All right.
The only rule is that you can pick one or the other, and that's it.
Can't pick neither.
Can't pick neither.
Can't pick both.
Can't pick none either. All right? And these are ones curated just for you. All right?
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let's start a little easy. Ladies and gentlemen, the People's Court. Yeah, it's a little serious on here. Hold on. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
There's a little practice just wanted to know if you want to know what the sound was. All right, here we go. Raury. West Atlanta or East Atlanta? East, okay.
East side.
I already messed up my second question. Hold on. All right, here we go. Nikes or Adidas?
What?
Nike or Adidas?
I hate both of them niggas, but
You're a little biased, but come on now, I need a question. I need an answer. We're gonna skip it. Looks like you don't have no answer for me. All right, here we go.
Easy.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Falcons or the Hawks?
Hawks.
J. Cole or Kendrick?
Kendrick.
That was easy. All right. Polo boots or Timbs?
Tim's.
East Coast or West Coast music?
East Coast.
Joey Badass or Jaden Smith? I knew that was the one. I'm gonna
have to go with Jaden.
You have to go with Jaden. All right, last one.
Any more? I like this game.
You like this game? Andre 3000 or Jay-Z?
Andre 3000. Who?
Or Jay-Z?
Andre 3000.
Oh, that was easy.
Didn't you have to? I didn't have to hear the next name.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of applause real quick. So why Andre over Jay-Z? I've heard the opposite a lot, but I personally agree with you on
Jay-Z
that one.
could never make Prototype.
That's it for you? Just prototype the song?
And that's just, I could go into more depth, but Jay-Z would never make Prototype.
You know,
But Andre could make Regrets.
that one you feel is more versatile.
Yeah, I feel like Andre's more versatile.
You know,
But also, like that's just my preference. I like the versatility and also just Andre's like delivery in rap in general. But I understand like Jay-Z is also like very like classic. I get Jay-Z too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I always feel like Andre's easy to go into someone else's world. I think someone just put me on the. You ever heard that song December? No.
The Divine Council.
Yeah. I've never heard that song till yesterday.
Oh, that bitch up
And
like
some-
Simba.
Let me see if I pull it up real quick.
Up in there like an enemy, fuck that little bit like she my enemy.
Yo, I was listening to it and I was like, I did not know. Andre can go into someone's world like that. It's called December, right? Yeah.
I mean, he been rolling him and Big Boy, man. They been.
Look at this shit. Look at it.
I know.
Can I even pull it up on December? Let's see. It's a million December songs.
That
Might
beat
be
is
pulling it up.
crazy. It's December with an A.
Oh my bad. December. Where's that band? Yeah. Oh,
I find it funny that the rap group's called Divine Council, and this is what they talking about. The Divine Council.
Listen to this. Andre's on this, by the way, though. Just in case you didn't know.
I hold a bitch up like Simba, then drop the whole down like this.
Hold on. I mean, I'm not to disrespect the Divine Council, but let me skip a little bit because they had me going crazy. I was listening to it. I was like, oh, who the fuck is this? And you know who it was. Hold on.
Hold that bitch down like a gurney. Hypothermia, deep ocean journey. And some pink turning green. Warning. I woke up in the morning, my clothes are torn.
Relax. Yo,
Incredible Hulk.
What is, yo? Like, I did not know he could. I mean, I've heard him all my life, but Jesus Christ, he's still going into other people's worlds. I'm like, Jesus. So I personally agree with you. I put Andre over Jay-Z, but I really want to know your take on this though. A lot of people who obviously love Outkast and come to Atlanta once a year to go to take the connector flight to whatever they're going when they come through Atlanta, always say, Andre is great, but he never has no solo project. And that's always a knock to his career. How do you feel like about him? Because I know that's someone that you, not that you idolize, but you think is up there.
Eat a dick, nigga. Eat a dick. Eat a bag of baby dicks like the Pope.
I look at it too like, okay, and like the features are fire. The one thing I do personally want
Speakerbox and The Love Below, those are two different albums, right?
But he didn't have his. I mean, he had songs by himself on there, but just an Andre 3000 project. Big Boy's had a million of them. We know where he stands. We know how far he is. We have Shutterbox and whatnot, but Andre just doesn't have one. I personally want one, honestly. I've heard a pod where he's like, hey, I want to put one out, but I just don't, my quality control, I just feel like it's not good enough to put out. And I'm just like, I'll hear your trash. Just put out the trash. I want to hear what it sounds like. But no, never an Andre 3000 project. Something
I never thought about that.
Is there something you would be open to listen to? Like,
of course.
But obviously with him taking so long, he probably might never put one out.
Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Knows? But all them haters telling Raury said eat a dick.
Let's talk about. Hold on. Let's go up a little bit. Let's talk about something a little bit more lighthearted. When it comes to in the gaming scene, we have seen the biggest explosion with all these different ways of playing games. Now we have microtransactions, DLCs, crazy collaborations between different entities of games. We have something like a Smash that has brought in so many people, so many companies into one game. I thought Tekken was a little crazy. By the way, shout out to Tekken, shout out to Namco. They have
biggest crossover ever.
I thought
the most played fighting game in the world.
Who?
Super Smash Bros.
It
The
is
most
true.
played fighting game in the world. It's the best game in the world.
Where are you getting these facts from?
Sources.
Sources?
Dude, trust me.
DudeTrustMe.com.
My sources. Yeah. You know.
What makes you yearn to that game instead of like a Tekken or something else? Because you played a
shit
lot.
is so stiff, man. It's like so stiff.
Tekken?
Dodge to the side. And then when I start getting hit, it's just over. And things just start mink. I can't get out of that. It's like when you start getting comboed, it's like if you're playing somebody good, you start getting comboed, you could very well be dead. There's no I don't like the motion of it all. Like that's all. I love the fashion.
Fashion is
Love
fire.
the steez. Love the characters. It all looks really cool. If you put all them characters in a Smash Bros format, it might be good.
Wow. Now, I'll be honest with you, I come to your world all the time and give y'all the work with Sora. Shout out to Sora. But whatchamacallit?
I mean, I don't mind. Honestly, holler at me. I'll sit down with you one day and no life play that game all day, Tekken. I'll probably get fired. I'll probably be able to put hands.
Probably would.
I'll probably be able to put hands on Pork Chop.
No, for real. And he didn't have to whisper that. Yes, Pork Chop, you would get the work.
Yeah, Sonic Fox. Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to hit the gym. Me and Jeff, we gonna hit the gym.
Facts. It's raps for you.
And I'm gonna apply my Smash Bro brain to Tekken.
I'm trying to tell you. Look,
But like, no, it's not the same.
It is the
so
same.
Stiff. No, it's not at all.
Think about it. You play. What's the combo in Smash? You hit someone, then they gotta catch them and hit them again or some stuff like that. Now you come to a game where the combos are automatic. You do a couple of buttons, and it's always going to happen. See, here's your problem. Here's your problem. You think that the game is something that it's not. It's very fluid. If you get your ass whooped, right, you still have another chance. If I get my ass whooped in Smash and I'm trying to come back, I can't even come back to the board if someone's good enough.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't. What am I supposed to do? Float back while this dude's just waiting for me to come down with certain characters? That's hard. Tekken is not the same.
Gotta mix them up.
Mix them up. Ladies and gentlemen, help me out. Because it's not only you, it's a Francois. Who else is in that parade?
You don't start playing there. You start. You don't show up there trying to learn how to play Smash Bros. Like, especially if you're new, you gotta play at home something. That's what I'm saying. Like I was saying, like link up at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I don't know.
Homies, have some game nights at your house and some friends, and have Smash Bros. There, friendlies.
Sure.
Some friendlies. Don't invite Francois. Don't invite.
What you mean? No,
don't invite me. Cause we gonna come through. Don't invite Mikey. Don't invite.
Oh, for sure.
Adair.
He needs to relax.
Don't invite Sid. Don't invite Chris.
Jesus Christ.
Don't invite them.
I've never played them. Still never played them. Lord have mercy. I think besides those games that you play all the time, what's something that is anything games you're looking forward to or anything that you're looking to get your hands on? Because it's Apex and Smash for you, right?
Apex and Smash all day. I'm looking to get this VR system. It's actually more like a pod. It's a VR thing. You lay down in it. Has a pussy pocket in there and all other types of shit.
What? Huh? Did you just describe Swords Art Online? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
They have a pussy pocket in there.
Hey, no, what?
All other kind of shit. You can link up with shawties from across the galaxy.
What is this called? I'm gonna play around.
I'm making.
I'm about to say. I was gonna let you go the whole way.
I'm just going off for the podcast.
I was like, go ahead. Yeah, tell me the company. Yeah, promo code Raury. But I don't want to waste too much time. We do have a couple more minutes, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk about one thing to end this whole thing off, and that is your last project, Strawberry Moon. Now, when you put that album out, which shout out to you, when I went through the whole thing, I realized I don't know where to put you as for an artist for me. Now, when you were in XXL, or when he had the XXL Freshman, because I had to, like a lot of people here in Atlanta, when I see that you're an artist, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm gonna check this stuff out, and then just go down a binge of all your stuff on Spotify, right? And it's very obvious that you're not just a one-trick pony. You're very versatile, which is a blessing and a curse, because you can either go one way or the other. You can emulate somebody else. So when I go through articles and I see, oh, you know, this person reminds me of Andre. This person reminds me of Smino. This person reminds me of this. Where's
who compared me to Smino?
A lot of articles compare you to Smino, and well, maybe I'm
what
watching
articles?
Different. I have no idea. I just remember always saying Andre 3000 and Smino.
Oh, word.
Yeah, and I always thought to myself, okay, what do you think? Because Strawberry Moon to me is very groovy, very melodic.
Yeah,
and I'd imagine it doesn't really sound like any of those two to me. So what I would personally think, what do you think about where your music's at?
I feel like I'm like Rick and Morty. Show up where I want to show up, and I've been working on how to contain and present that, and I think it's going to be something that enables what I'm doing is going to enable me to like just move differently, creatively in general. Most people put out albums. But I think the way that my shit is set up, I can put out probably like 4 albums a year, different genres.
Really?
And just maintain it like that. Like I was thinking like that, like, you know, maybe first quarter, like some goddamn dank, like wavy, groovy shit. Summertime, come out with some goddamn hip hop slapping ass shit. You know, fall time, come out with some acoustic shit. Wintertime, come out with the gothic rock stadium shit. Just keep a cycle like that going, because I feel like my horsepower as a creative is different, because I have so many ideas coming through me. I just have to figure out how to contain them all and present them to people in a way that's palatable, so they can like keep track of it. So maybe I might break myself off into like 4 different artists every year.
I hope you're not playing. I would really like that, because I never heard folk in hip hop, but then you heard like that's
instead of mixing it all together.
They put you in there, so it's like, well, who else better to do it than you?
But I would say that I'm at the end of the day like folk, soul, hip hop, rock.
So now you said that kind of like I could do that. Now is there something that you
that's
really
at the core of myself. At the core, first is like folk music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me and the guitar. You know, and then like hip hop. You know, like at bars. You know what I'm saying? And then like just like rock in general with that high gain shit, that grungy shit. You know, I was a kid, bro, growing up playing guitar on the streets, a little 5 points. You know what I'm saying? Big Hendrix fan, big Led Zeppelin fan. You know what I'm saying? Pantera. Excluding their racist flag shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really into that shit. And a lot of people wouldn't think of that from me. They think, you know, I'm just, you know, this fucking Buddha or something.
Yeah.
You know? But nah, bro. Like, I was an emo kid. That's how I found meditation. You know what I'm saying? I had some real anger issues, bro.
Oh, wow.
I had problems, man.
Yeah.
The dark kid, man. And I'm back in that space of like embracing that darkness once again, man.
Yeah,
that darkness feels good.
I think a lot of good products might come out of that for sure.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I feel like Strawberry Moon was like just like a mix of just like psychedelic rock and hip hop and soul. You know, that's what I put that thing in. Let's see. I hope I answered your question.
No, you definitely did. Oh. You over-answered it. Which I love.
Oh, jeez. What do you mean by that?
But I'm not going to hold you anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more round of applause for Raury. Appreciate you for being on here, honestly.
Ladies, one at a time.
I think, please. Yeah, y'all need to come. Hey, sit down.
Hey.
You. Her name is Lithonia.
Hey, you put that down.
Lithonia, sit down.
Put that down.
Hey, oh, shoot. All right. She said in the pot. All right, cool. We got you.
Get her out of here. Get her out of here right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being on the pod. And for you,
security.
for you, Raury, I really appreciate you being on here. I really do hope I really do hope that you're serious about all that all the
4 quarters.
Yeah, because I will love that. I don't think anybody else has ever done anything like that. But hey, we're gonna wait and see. If you want to wait and see that, go ahead and follow Raury on Instagram at, I think it's just Raury.
Yeah, Raury.
He owns that.
But also, I was thinking of doing that, but before I started doing the 4 quarters, I was really getting in a space of just like putting out music like as often as possible, like once a month, new song.
That'd be fun too.
New song.
Would you want to do
for,
same
like,
genre or just
a year.
whatever you're feeling?
Whatever the fuck. I
Whatever
was
you're
gonna
feeling
just
for
go
12 months.
ham. I was gonna just be a wild card for 2023 and just put out music quicker, constantly, and then once like I have that momentum, then start giving like those projects. But
Yeah.
like, I've been feeling I don't want to put out a project until like the world is really clamoring for it. But until then, continue to be present and putting out a lot of music.
I like that.
Because ever since I left everything, stepped away from everything, I hadn't put out music for a while. I was getting things together and getting life together to approach the industry as a grown ass man versus like a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Once again, back at square one, starting. Driving a boat myself, you know what I'm saying, and just doing this shit, you know what I'm saying. So like, thanks for having me on your platform. That's also why I've been just like reaching out, because that's how I wanted to do it, with people that I fuck with, people that I genuinely have connections to, you know what I'm saying, and showing up like that, because that's how I want my resurface to be.
I appreciate that. You definitely gonna be on your way, but you'll see it in advance. I appreciate you for being on here. And I already said this beforehand, but I'm going to say it again. It is Raury. Not Rory. That's the white man. It's R-A. Excuse me. Raury. The black Raury. Matter of fact, the only Raury, really. So you go ahead and go on there. Also,
my real name is Deshaun.
Your real name's not Raury? I never knew this. Oh, don't play around. You serious? You dead serious? I don't know if you play it or not. Regardless of what it is, go ahead and follow Raury on Instagram. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get out of here before he tries to trick me on any other stuff, whatever. I will see y'all in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, all right? See y'all later.